Want to talk about Dark Phoenix trailer 2?
Yes.
So now, this is interesting because when I saw the trailer, I watched the trailer, and in the first 30 seconds, Mystique, quote-unquote, dies, right?
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing. When I saw that, I'm like, that's a red herring. I don't think she actually dies, and I don't think anyone's going to fall for it. Everyone and their mother freaking immediately had, like, headlines saying major spoilers in new Dark Phoenix trailer. This whole thing is a spoiler. And then I come over here, and you're like...
What are you talking about?
What was the spoiler you were talking about in Dark Phoenix?
Yeah, I didn't fucking know.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that she died. I thought she just, like... You know how many times these characters have been, like, blasted with, like, force damage or whatever?
Yeah.
And nothing happens?
That's
like,
true.
how am I to expect... Like, what?
Yeah, well,
Just pushed her back.
I think it was more than just that, too. It starts with, like, why would you make me do that? She was my friend. You know, stuff like that. And then that happens, and then there's, like, a funeral scene later on.
It's a red herring.
I kind of think it is, too, because it looks like the climax... I could be wrong, but, you know, the climax looks like it takes place in space. You know, they're, like, in space, whatever. And fucking Mystique is there with them. So, I don't know.
No, I think you're wrong. I think you guys are wrong.
Yeah, so...
And actually, I'll be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of looking forward to this movie now after seeing this. When I see it, like, because at first I was like, they just look like they're doing cosplay again. Like,
right.
I think I talked to you about that before. Mm-hmm. And now, like, when you get the movie effects and stuff like that, you can kind of see like the whole vision coming together, and it's starting to look pretty entertaining. It's starting to look a little epic.
Yeah. Can I add to that?
Sure.
I agree. This trailer sold me way more than the first trailer. First trailer, I was still optimistic, but I admitted, I'm like, it kind of looks generic. This trailer actually had some meat to it.
Oh, boy. And there's some
like,
scenes that I can't wait to get to.
Yeah. It looked good. I'm gonna be real. Okay, I don't like it when... And everyone's saying, like, oh, this movie's gonna fail, blah, blah, blah. You're just saying that because Marvel bought Fox and you want them to reboot it. Just let them have their final film. Let them go out on a high note. Stop wanting films to fail. I hate it when people want films to fail. Mm-hmm. You know, it's the biggest pet peeve of mine.
Yeah.
They did it with Alita. They did it with Han Solo, a Star Wars story. They did it with...
some of those movies did fail.
And some of them did fail. But some of them... Or Tomb Raider, that was another one. Some of them, like, they did fail. But others, I don't think are nearly as bad as the... You know... people said they were going to be. Uh-huh. Like, Solo, I didn't think was as bad as everyone said it was going to be. You know, people are just... I don't know why people want films to fail so bad. Like,
I don't know.
Give me a break. I think, yeah, you're right. I think this trailer...
Looks sick.
Yeah.
Looks sick. Dude,
Yeah.
when Magneto, the helmet...
Oh, and when she's squeezing it on it.
It's so sick. Because it's a callback to when he... Remember when he did that to... The dudes in the helmets and stuff?
Yeah, you're right.
From First Class.
Yeah. And
I'm like, so sick!
I know, right? And a lot of people are like, oh, this looks like X-Men The Last Stand. Now, I like The Last Stand, but a lot of people are like, oh, this looks like The Last Stand 2.0. And I'm just like, I don't think so, man, because you see him going into, like, space and shit. Like,
yeah, it's nutty.
Yeah, it looks like there's alien origin to the Phoenix Force. It looks like they're going to go that route.
Which is what it
is in the comics. Now, I understand back in 2006... people couldn't buy that. We've talked about this before. In The Last Stand, they made it more of like a suppressed thing that was already within her. Mm-hmm. And a lot of comic book fans were like, man, but where's the alien, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, in 2006, people had a hard time.
You can't throw that at
You can't just throw like, oh, by the way, there's this...
They slowly eased into that through like Thor and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, can you imagine back in 2006 if they just made Guardians of the Galaxy? It just wouldn't have worked.
I don't think
it wouldn't have worked.
Exactly.
So, yeah. The public perception of superhero films at that time was you could not do something like that.
Another positive to Marvel. They know.
Yeah.
They know how people are going to perceive these things.
You had to start with Iron Man, which is pretty grounded, and then eventually like go... I remember when Thor was considered like a jump. People were saying, I don't know if I can buy Thor, man. Like a lot of people were saying that. And now look.
The way they describe it is science that we just don't understand.
Yeah. Yeah, they really went down on that message. Like, they really tried. In that movie, they were like, oh, no, it's science. It's science.
Yes.
You know, and now it's like, oh, yeah, whatever.
It's magic.
It's magic. Science so close to magic,
Dude,
it's basically
one
magic.
of these days, like, they're just gonna be so deep into it, and they're just gonna they've accepted magic. You got spell books and everything, and then at some point they're just gonna be like, dude, it's science. Yeah. It's actually science. We have an explanation for this now, and they start like doing some like whiteboard shit,
right? Like some Back to the Future 2 shit, and this timeline goes like, yeah, that's great.
The spellbook has a flux capacitor in it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And it's all about the gigawatts. The time stone is really just 2.21 gigawatts.
Oh boy, dude.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, look, a lot of people are saying Fox, it's like, look, I've always been a defender of the X-Men movies, and I'm game. Let them go out on a high note. Could this movie suck? Absolutely. And if it does suck, people are going to be like, oh, yeah, you regret it? No, because the trailer looked dope. So.
I thought Apocalypse looked awesome.
Yeah.
And I love the Age of Apocalypse storyline.
Yeah. Like, Apocalypse is one of the best X-Men villains.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. They did him dirty.
They did him so dirty. That one, I will admit, was a huge misstep. And you know why? I was just thinking about this the other day. Is because they rushed that film, dude, so fast. You remember they announced that film before Days of Future Past was even released?
Yes, because they had... even though they had the end credit scene or whatever, too.
Yeah.
Where he's just making, shifting pyramids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah. Well, of course, like, they made that end credit scene for that movie. Like, they knew Apocalypse was going to be the next one, but...
Yeah.
It just that whole film looked like a different film than Days of Future Past.
Yes.
Like, that whole film... I mean, I don't know, maybe Bryan Singer, I mean, we know what I think he kind of lost his mind. I'll be real with you. Like, that dude must have lost his mind, obviously for the obvious reason, but because, I mean, he did Apocalypse, and that wasn't good, and then he did Bohemian Rhapsody, and he got fired off that, because he was just insane, apparently.
Yeah.
So...
causing lots of problems with people.
That's right. So this is Simon Kinberg's first film, that he's directing. So... it's going to be interesting.
Let's go.
Yeah,
I hope you do well.
Yeah, I hope you do well too. So
we need more new directors.
We do.
And writers, in particular writers.
Yes, for sure. So I'm excited. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. Sure. A lot of people are harping against this film, but I'm just, you know what? Let's go out with a bang before Marvel gives us a more comic accurate version. So